Alright, getting the black pieces against the Halloween boy. Time to impress him with the Slav. Plays with e3, just gonna get the reverse London system set up. Play e6 on bishop d3, we step back on g6. As a rule of thumb, and on queen b3, I like queen b6, c5 just step back. We don't go for the endgame, we just force them to release the tension, and then we have ideas to play for e5 break. That's usually the way to go. Just get the knights developed. You could always like throw in h6, but I usually don't bother with that. It's usually I notice it's pretty hard for my students to like remember whenever you're supposed to do h6 or not. Now, for instance, when they do it, you can do it usually, but I think easiest just to prepare e5. Now, if we do it immediately, that could still be good. Completely undermining the pawns. What if he takes with a knight? We've got like knight c5, potential vision sug. We also got like knight takes, pawn takes, and then like knight d7. He's got like f4. He's got like knight c5. He's got like queen d1. I mean, I assume that should be good for us still, but usually I just like to play it a bit slower, like rook e8, knight e4, bishop f6, e5. I'm pretty sure computer would even like b6 in this position because he's like not in time with b4, but usually I wouldn't advise you to play on the queen side like at all. Usually you just want to look at the pawns, and usually the pawns dictate the game. So black should be focusing on this green triangle, and yeah, white usually in the blue one, if you think about it that way. But yeah, this is just like so tempting. Now e5 is really such a good move. I'm just gonna keep it simple, guys. Okay, keep it simple. e5 was definitely a good move. Knight e4, and yeah, now rook 8, bishop f6 is the idea. Okay, he wants that, so maybe we can try to slow him down a little. Yeah, okay, let's just slow him down. Is he gonna do like knight e4 b6? I don't think it's like really an issue, and I don't really think he will. But yeah, okay, he goes knight e2, threatening to take, and then I'll have to take with a pawn, and that's giving me a weak square, so I'm not gonna allow any of that nonsense, and I'm just gonna trade. Even though we're developing his bishop, I think it's better than opening up the file. And now we could be opening. Could also play bishop f6. I think e5 is good enough. De knight c5, winning a pawn, so he cannot take, and if bishop f3 we go e4. He's really playing for that, okay. This bishop f6 I could also take and do bishop f6. I could also bring the rook, and maybe on knight b6 I can try to like play around it with like knight f6. Can also take it, I mean. The only danger would be, let's say, if we get into some kind of an endgame. But I think this is a nice theme because we're gonna most likely get a sacrifice incoming. Cannot take on e5 because there is that. And I want to do e4. Bishop d8, rook e6, rook g6, and just sacrifice and mate. Yeah, so he's threatening this. Just play e4. Maybe bishop h4 next. Ah, he does f4. He's feeling the danger. I want to go en passant. Get a little target on e3. We can target the pawn immediately and then just double up. I think now bishop e4 is nice. If we exchange this bishop, it's gonna be like such a safe position strategically speaking, because he will never have ideas to sacrifice the bishop, which is really the only danger in endgames where he just gets to queen the pawn after the bishop sack. So he keeps, but I've got a pretty sigma bishop. I love how my bishop looks there. Just gonna support it, and we may. Oh, by the way, bishop h4 was nice. But I think we start like this. And next up, we do this and rook g6. So now he's trying to exchange. You see, maybe we convinced him now. Let's just double up. If he takes, I'm going to take, and we just play for weakness of e3. Hit the bishop. He's trying to say that I'm no longer going to rook lift. But we can win by taking his e3 pawn. I don't mind that. I don't mind how we win as long as we win. That's usually a motto that I have. Just gonna play rook e7, threatening queen e8. Bishop takes, I'll take with the rook. I'm just keeping this tension. Like, I can take all the time, that's fine, but let's be serious. He will take at some point. He cannot live with like such a bishop forever. And see, we're getting the Alekhine gun now. Guys, picture this. This is so beautiful. Now f4 has to win. Pawn takes and then something like rook e2. Has to be brilliant. No, it's actually rook e1 and then queen e2, winning a piece. What is this? So rook e1, queen e2, king g1, queen e1 takes, king f2. Need to find a winning blow there, but there might not be. Okay, so f4, pawn takes. We've got take it and then... Wait a minute. Oh, I've got no time. How about this? That shouldn't be bad either. But like f4 would have been even nicer. I'm like actually sad that we're not gonna get like the most, you know, like the smoothest transition here. Oh, by the way, I actually miscalculated there. I thought for some reason my queen was in place of the rook. Wait, we do go rook e2. No, that doesn't work yet. Oopsies. Okay, we need to go back. I'm just playing a little dance with my opponent right now. Provoking additional weaknesses. We've got a break with g5. Actually, he just gave me g4 square for free. He weakened g3 like so badly. Oh, he's keeping... he keeps weakening. That's nice to see. Opening up more lines for my pieces. Opponent being very kind. Maybe queen e4 would be a nice move on king g2. Take that, weak pawn. This is gonna drop soon. Okay, guys. How is he defending? Okay, he's dropped the soap. He just dropped the soap now. This is a win. Bishop comes to h4. Mate incoming. Did you see this? I think we've got him. He tried that. I didn't even consider it. I'll keep it simple. I'll keep it like super simple. I'll just make that move being super safe. And see, now that... oh, I have to watch out for him not playing b5, basically. If he plays b5, it's the only way I can lose. Other than that... well, I'm just gonna get my pawn now to g2. Yeah. Yeah, baby, let's go. Let's go. Oh, I've gotta like not blunder my bishop in the meantime. Wait, why is not a checkmate? What the fuck? Why am I like unable to checkmate? Okay, guys, let's go. We've got him. He dropped the soap. Finally. He really tried to hang on there, man. That was you're like never really gonna resist such positions when you're defending, but I had not a lot of time, so managed to get him. Okay, we're like one move away. I mean, one game away. Jesus, I get all these random words out of my mouth. It's like crazy. I think you guys are like really laughing when you listen to me. It's like I say all kinds of stupid stuff. But okay, look at this. You saw that little outplay from the back rank? Can you say he dropped the soap on YouTube? I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out. uh, okay, took. So equal game, as I was saying, like just to confirm for everybody that was skeptical. Already, like at this point, e5 is a pretty good move. Like here right away, I think. Well, maybe not. No, e5 is top line. I told you it's actually second best move. But now it makes it easier at the top line. So I was calculating these like 97. This has to be good. Yeah, like f4, knight c5, queen d1. I had this in position in my brain while calculating, but yeah, just like a5, fixing these, and even if he like pushes, it is pretty alrighty. No matter where you go with a bishop, d7 would be probably my preference, and then f6. But I wanted to play it a bit easier, just making sure he doesn't get the pawn push, even though, to be honest, we don't really care about his pawn push. It's important as long as you get in the e5 break, you should be good. Also, I thought about just playing around this stupid knight. Like, just knight f6 would have been better. I don't know. Was really dumb that I took, because now his only compensation is in endgames. He could potentially sack the bishop and get some play. But I'm not going to give him the endgames, obviously. And now already I want something like bishop h4, bring the rook, and then sacrifice on h3. Ideas to play for checkmate, but the guy was scared. But now I get yeah, free pressure on e3, and especially yeah, you saw how the game went. Once we get like such position where he's fixed, he's got the target, he's gonna lose this like all the time. You just need to find like the right setup. I tried the Alekhine gun. I wasn't sure whether like f4 wins directly. I didn't really see a win. So I just yeah, okay. Now C just gave me g4 square for free. It becomes even easier to attack because yeah, he tried to do something active, but it just opened more files for me. After this move, I'm threatening to take, and then the rook is undefended. And then queen e4, and win nicely. All of our pieces that were suddenly defending are now, yeah, alive and kicking ass, basically. Bishop f6 was another idea, but this was like simple. Now bishop f6, nice to bring the bishop. Had to watch out there for some dirty tricks with b5. Still pretty annoyed of the fact that it took me like so long to checkmate there. I was like, just play king f3, dude, and you mate. But I was like, okay, let's give him some more moves. And okay, I really enjoyed this game, guys. Hope you did too. And yeah, I think we can just go for the next one. All right, we're getting a game. Opponent going for the queen pawn. That's gonna be spicy because we're gonna get a Slav. But little did I know that it's gonna be a pretty boring exchange Slav, and specifically with Fianchetto, this is like not really a thing. People don't normally play like that. I think for good reasons. I think I'm just gonna get my bishop out and go e6, bishop e7, get myself castle, just keeping it super simple. Play rook c8. I mean, that's a move. I was kind of aware of it. I think I'm gonna go to g4 first. I could also try a bishop e4 kind of idea. Knight takes, pawn takes. The knight will be a bit awkward. Yeah, I actually like that. I'm gonna go bishop e4. If we manage to provoke f3, that's always nice. And yeah, not so sure what the knight on h4 will be doing there. So yeah, bishop e4 kind of a nice idea also in the London when they do this. So see, my opponent simply steps back. Now I can castle because I'm not worried of knight takes since the pawn on d4 will hang afterwards. But I think I'm just gonna make a loft. Now that in case, he plays e3, actually threatening to take it. Step back on h7 and we manage to preserve the bishop. So yeah, that's not a problem. Just getting castled. Idea to go maybe like e6, b5, maybe go rook c8, a3. Okay, I mean, we can just expand. I can get my rook involved. I'll have to play, the rook move. Just, in case of b4, maybe even knight takes. That could be little trick to win a pawn. Yeah, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it actually made more sense to perhaps go a6, b5. I thought I could do this like anyways, but the idea now is that the pawn on a6 could be hanging at the end of the line, so it is not really as simple as I thought. I mean, I can do queen a5, and I think still I'm better just because my bishop is more active, so I'm gonna be very boring today, guys. Just like, the usual stuff, but still. I'm thinking to just play queen a5. Then maybe b4 could be an idea for him. Takes and not very clear. Okay, not a big fan of that. Okay, I want to come up with a clever move, but not really sure. All right, I'm just gonna do this. Expecting b4. And okay, now I was thinking maybe we can try to reroute the knight. Like queen a5 still the same b4 idea, kind of bothering me a little. So yeah, as I was saying, like b5, usually the issue is that the pawn just hangs. But maybe I've actually got some tricks there, so maybe I can even do bishop d3, rook d1, b5. How is that? Queen a6, knight b8. I mean, that cannot really work, can it? It's like too suspicious. Okay, I'm just gonna make this knight like regrouping move. Hey, thank you for the prime, Navid Digital. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Eating the queen, preparing to jump around with a knight. Queen goes back. Was hoping this is a little bit annoying for him. Now, if the b pawn moves, then the guy on a3 hangs. So pretty uncomfortable. Position for white, and it actually turns out that this knight d7 move, maybe the winning maneuver. Now against this, I'm thinking just trying to get rid of it. The knight has to move, and then we just like pick up b2. And against that, I think we get rid of the knight first. Also, there's the option to eliminate that b2 pawn, which will follow up by queen b3. But yeah, I think I'm doing this, and then we actually pick up the exchange. Look at this, guys. Knight e3 coming. It's gonna be a very nasty fork. Look at this. Get to pick up the exchange, and it's gonna be the easiest win of all time, as long as I don't get flagged, which I should really watch out for and start playing faster. Okay, I could take that, even better. Wait, can we just be greedy and then go back? No, I really want to do that, man. It's like so greedy, but it has to work. And then just back and point is queen b2. Counterattack. Still, I have knight d3 hitting the queen. So that should be good for me. And now we go back. We managed to steal another pawn. Well, it's not really like the pawn was necessary to like win this game, but you get it. And that is a full rook, my friend. With that, we grab a full rook. Right, I'm not gonna pre-move because somebody told me on YouTube to stop pre-moving. Hope that makes it clear. Just so you guys know, I'm like reading the comments. Oh, go for the endgame with the extra rook. Sure, I don't mind. Don't mind that endgame with the extra rook at all. Okay, preparing to win back the pawn. Well, I could pin him also. I guess I'm just gonna do this and go rook a1, take next, give a little fork, and pick up the knight. Be a relatively straightforward endgame. Now time to bring the king. I've heard that's good into the endgame, and well, I could really start picking up these pawns if I really want to. Okay, let's keep the bishop. Knight g4, big threat. Taking h2. I'm just gonna give up the bishop because yeah, I've got like way too many pieces, you know. Just way too many pieces at this point. Alright, let's just keep it very simple. Yeah, I get rid of all of his pawns and get it into the endgame. Predictions on the chessboxing Dina versus Botes. Guys, you're trying to debate me with that? I don't know. Who do you think is gonna win? I'm not such an expert like you are. Wait, this is really like the kind of Hikaru mate. I think this could be that. Wait, we can do something cool here. Yes. Wait, how are we gonna do this? Okay, guys, I'm too scared. Okay, let's just get a queen. Sorry, guys, I'm not good at like pre-moving for knights. Sorry. This is supposed to be educational content. Yeah, we're playing in the rating climb. Let's just keep it simple. So, okay, now about this game. I think bishop e4 was a great idea right there. Well, computer might try to argue with me on that. I will come up with the argument that computer doesn't understand chess. I'll try to give you a little bit of insight on what the machine thinks, just because I'm a very nice person. And yeah, bishop g4 was something that I had in mind, but I was like, you know, this is fine, but bishop e4 looks like such a cool idea. Main point being that if they take, this guy is hanging, and if he plays like the most natural move like e3, then oopsies, the knight gets trapped. So looks like opponent bought the idea, and then I just went like, okay, h6, keep the bishop, and I'm just better because it's pretty funny. It's like such a symmetrical position, but I'm better because this is good bishop, this is no bishop. I play rook c8 now. As I was saying, computer kind of agrees that this would have been a bit more precise, but getting rooks onto the open file is never really a bad idea. And now a6 again, kind of okay, but knight d7 was really important in this whole queenside battle. Get a knight to c4, just winning, easy. See guys, this is really important. You want to remember this idea because a lot of the times you can just play this position and it looks like, okay, isn't it like super symmetrical? What are we even supposed to do? Well, 1, 2, 3 moves and black is winning. That's simple. But no, jokes aside, this was a great maneuver, like combined with the fact that the bishop is so active. That is why black is winning here. Okay. I think I can go back. Let me readjust the scene. Had you ever had issues with your nerves, OTB? I mean, as long as you are not like top 10 in the world or something like that, you're gonna experience tense situations during the games. So I think everybody has issues with the nerves. It's just that you have to kind of learn how to deal with it and how to control yourself. That's basically, yeah, pretty much it. But if you look at like the top 10 players, it's like these guys almost have like no nerves. Like I think about yeah, now if I look back, when I was still playing and I was a junior, at some point I had one how as my teammate who was like, I think like top 15 in the world at his peak or something like that. And the guy is my teammate. I mean, I wasn't really playing that often in the event. It was like a team championship. I was like the second junior. And I was looking at his game. I was playing board one, and he was playing with the white pieces, and his king was like completely naked. He had an extra exchange or something, and the guy was like so chill. It would have been like such a nightmare for me to play as white. I would have easily gotten mated, but he played that position with the naked king and just won quite effortlessly against Aryan Chopra. If you're like interested to search for the game. So yeah, if you're not born to become world champion, then you probably just have to learn how to deal with the nerves. Oh, we got a game. I didn't even realize. Opponent, yeah, just makes a move and I wake up. So let's just play a Slav, I guess. And all right. I like to use this little rule that whenever I see the bishop on f4 in the Slav, I like to take on c4. And yes, they can play a4. That is right. Trying to remember the move. I can just go bishop f5 and play like a normal line now. But I think 95 is a bit better. From what I remember. I might be making this complete nonsense. But I think bishop b8 is usually not something that you should really be scared of. However, maybe it's decent. Hmm. Yeah, I think here we simply gotta take and well, I was like thinking maybe b5, but like he can take and then the pawn on a7's hanging. It's pretty funny that my rook is on b8 this early in the game. I'm thinking we've gotta take and maybe just play queen a5, hitting c3. And then after a move like rook c1, then b5 is better because he's got like no rook takes on a7 idea. Both on like queen d2, same b5 is good. Okay, except queen c1. I didn't think about it like at all. But e5 looks nice. If bishop c4 are threatening to take, and if he takes, I mean just queen takes. I don't really care if bishop c4, there's like queen e4. I think this is actually like really good for us now. Knight f3, we simply take because he wants knight takes, and only move is that. Thinking to just develop with a tempo. Threatening to win a piece because of the pin. Has to go back home to f3. Then I can castle. I can also just play bishop e6, covering c4. I mean, that's not a bad move either. Yeah, I think we're going to stick with bishop e6. Knight g5, I think bishop d4 is crazy annoying for him. So yeah, he doesn't go for it, obviously. Why would you? I think we castle for the same reason. And next move, we might be making a Luft. Just making sure there is no knight g5 and just a nice move overall. Just bring the rooks to the open file next. I keep this rook on b8 maybe for b5 purposes and... Okay, knight d4, I wasn't really considering. Maybe just rook there, and in case he takes, we get some pressure on f2. I kind of like that. It's a bit unnecessary. Hmm. How should we deal with this move? So like rook b d8, he takes, I take, he goes bishop g4. I'm thinking whether we can sacrifice on f2 or do some crazy stuff like that. Most likely not, but you know, I like to overthink it. Oh, wait, maybe I just play e5 there. Like, what am I even thinking of? Just here and... oh, bishop g4, e5, he actually has... Oh, he actually messed that up completely. Jeez, that was such a bad move. Wow, oh my god, I just missed that there's bishop c4, simple move. How can I miss that? Oh my. I mean, still, the position is like very interesting and probably we're still better, but yeah. I think I'll have to play this move to sidestep. And then would love to make this work, but it's not. Definitely not working. Okay, maybe rook d3 is interesting. Still, I think maybe we're gonna get like a cool tactic in the game at some point. Maybe. It feels like with this pressure on f2, there is potential for like a quick, for like a cool queen sack or something like that, but I don't know. I mean, from that position, getting it here, it's definitely not ideal. Well, I'm still pretty active and probably not worse, but would have liked it to be a bit more straightforward. I would be happy if I can force c4 because just rook d2. I could go for the endgame if I want to. That is even. Maybe I'm even slightly better there. I'm just gonna go for the endgame at this point. Rook c3 queen d2 was way too risky. So I think he can just exchange stuff and maybe he's gonna go rook d1. Against that, just bishop b6 looks like a move. Is there like g6? Bishop takes rook f2. Ooh, that could be actually a very cool trick. Oh my. Okay, I can play rook c2 trying to debate him. Or I can play like rook d3 trying to debate him. Which one? So rook d3, rook b7, g6, bishop takes and then rook f2. And I would suspect that is winning. Maybe he's got like... No, that should be winning. Okay, look at this. This is gonna be the best bait of all time. So here, he's gonna take and we're gonna do g6. I'm telling you guys. Oh, he's got bishop g4. Completely missed that. Oh, but he didn't see it. He didn't see it. Let's go. Wow, this game is like so bad. Lol. Oh my god, he actually allowed the only trick that I had. But I told you, I knew we were gonna get a cool trick on f2. Told you like how many moves ago. He had bishop g4 and I forgot the bishop covers d1 square. Now he's like realizing it. He's just realizing it, okay? And like, his only move now would be rook b1, and then I've got to play like rook f6, rook g6 in order to win it. Still, I mean, he's gonna play on. Okay, against that, we just win the rook, I think. Okay, let's not blunder this. Winning the pawn too. Ah, let's make a move. Hey guys, look like the game just won itself in the meantime. Yes, very bad. Sorry that you had to witness this crap. Wow, that was like so ridiculous the whole time. The worst game of all time. Ah. I mean, opening wise, I think we really nailed it in the opening. Like queen a5 was so strong, and then e5, I had like winning position for sure. Everything was like so good in the opening, just -2. And now I'm like, I forget how to play chess. It happens, okay? It's a pretty common thing. Just 2 extra pawns. Okay. Wait, it's actually only 1? No, it's... Oh, it's actually only 1, but my position is like so good. It feels like it's 2. Wait, how many? So like, yeah, it's only 1 pawn. Okay, getting the black pieces, and it is another d4. That is interesting because we haven't got like much d4 at all in like the 19 to 2000 rating range. So it's good that we actually get to see a little bit of Slav against this, and the opponent goes for Fianchetto, which is definitely a line. I'm gonna go for bishop to f5. Yeah, I think you can just stick with this setup. Magnus recently played DC in this position, which is interesting. Or like also G6 is a move here, just getting back into like the Grunfeld. I'm just gonna do it like bishop f5 and then play with a6. Knight b to d7, and now on knight c3, I'm trying to remember, maybe there was dc4 as a move. I think that's definitely maybe a move. I might be actually yeah, kind of forgetting this line a little bit, so I think it's perhaps safer to just make a Luft. And then I'll do bishop d6. That's basically the plan. Oh, he plays bishop f4 himself, meaning that no bishop d6 for me. Alright. I'm just gonna get castled. That pawn is still like waiting to be taken, man. I really want to grab it. If I take, he's gonna go knight d2. I mean, I've got knight b6. I really need to grab that. Okay. We're going. If he manages to like win it back immediately, that was really dumb. If we can hang on to it, it might be a good decision. Wait, so he wants e4. I could do knight e4 if I want to like slow him down a bit, but then he takes rook c4. I think we just castle and we step back to h7. On e4, yeah. e5, knight e5, knight e2, knight b6. That's pretty much the plan. Same on queen e2, I think. How's b5 as a move? Maybe b5 not bad. I think I'm gonna play it like e5, knight e5 is pretty safe, so the bishop doesn't open up. And a4, just a6. I mean, is b4 worth trying? If bishop b4 is also a move, trying to take and then issues with e4. I think bishop b4 may be strong. I'm just gonna do it. a6 was the more like defensive move. Now like ab, I want to simply take back because he's pinned. And I've got a threat of bishop takes and then like maybe even simply taking with a bishop on e4. Okay, let's see. It's not easy to deal with this threat like at all because e5 knight e5 should be relatively big advantage for me, I feel like. And yeah, if he plays knight d2, maybe just knight b6 and I'm targeting d4. Oh, knight e5. Wait a second. I did not consider this. So I can take, I mean, he's hitting c6, so I think we just gotta take. Bishop takes, I'm expecting, and then I'm considering knight d7. Oh, he takes with a pawn. I don't think that's good because I just have a very nice pawn structure. And if I could somehow get my knight into d3, that should be winning. I'm expecting him to pin me. Wait, he just takes. I think we have easy take back. He's gonna do like rook d1, and now we have to give up the bishop. I think that's the play. Give up the bishop and then unpin. I could also unpin with queen c7, targeting e5, but I don't really want to take there because I'm gonna get pinned. So I think just queen e7, having it like safer to the king. That's the idea. And still, knight c5 d3, knight c5 b3. I've got all kinds of ideas now. Only thing I'm sort of afraid is maybe he can sack the bishop, but I should never really get mated with this guy on h7. And that's a move. Now I've got g5 if I want to be like really precise. He's got like queen g4, but then bishop g6 is good. So I think g5 is very precise. Getting rid of this, threatening knight e5. Maybe I missed a bit bishop c5. But still knight d3, rook d3. Oh, that's a move too. I mean just rook f d8. Keeping this for the a pawn. And bishop e3, knight e5, bishop c5, knight d3 I want to play. And then if he goes rook takes d3, I've got pawn takes on d3. He's got bishop takes c7, I've got d takes on e2. And if he takes there, I'm gonna queen. I know you guys are keeping up with the calculation. I know I have only strong players that are watching, so not even gonna try to over explain that. So rook f d8, expecting bishop move back. Actually, something tricky might be this, and then bishop a3. But same knight d3 idea, and this queen is like incredibly misplaced. That's pretty funny. Again, if he like wants to pin me, like let's say queen g4, I've got simply bishop g6, I'm pinning, and that's a threat. So he's like really putting more pressure there. I've got a... if I take, he wants to take with a pawn and then my knight is sort of lost. But it's not really an issue because the endgame feels just winning. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that bishop has to be taken. Otherwise, I can hardly see a move. He's going to take back with a g-pawn and... Oh, when he does that, it's easy win in the endgame. I mean, I've got to just play a5 and push my pawn. I can also take intermediate move. Probably I want to throw that in and... Yeah, like b4 ideas, you know, push the c-pawn. So rook b7, a4, rook b5, a3, rook b1, a2, rook a1. And then how do we win it? Maybe I shouldn't have necessarily rushed to this. So b4, pawn takes, c3. Pawn takes... Okay, so a4, a3. Okay, I think we just gotta go down that line. It's the most straightforward. Rook has to go to b1 and... Okay, maybe I don't have to rush with pushing. But on the other hand, what else? On the other hand, what else to do? Yeah, I'm struggling to like bring my bishop into the game. I think I'm just gonna play king g7 and maybe f5 could be an idea. Yeah, so he does f3, and now I want to go like... okay, I think f5 is a move. If bishop f1, I've got like rook a4 to keep everything safe. And okay, now when we take, looks like bishop's opening up, which should be good news. Or maybe not, actually. I don't know, I'm like getting a bit confused in this endgame. I don't really know why. Rook a3 should be a nice move. It's just that I need to get my bishop involved. And that's pretty much it. Okay, maybe I just bring my king over. No, I mean, I could have taken that pawn. I didn't really consider. I'm way too slow. Wait, guys, what am I even doing with this endgame? Wow, what have I done to this endgame? That made absolutely no sense. I gave him king d4 too. Wow, I just misplayed this endgame like crazy. Just such an easy win. This is ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, made a draw, but like, really, wow, that was like such an obvious win. This is like minus 3, jeez. What did I do wrong? Probably starting the stream was the mistake. Hey, Larry, how are you? Oh my god, sorry you had to say this. This was like... How can I like not win this endgame? That was like such a weird spot with my bishop like boxed in. I mean, to be honest, I kind of rushed with it. Oh, look at the stunning idea that the computer finds. b4 pawn takes and then a4 and then the rook is like unable to come back. I mean, I knew this is like completely winning, but I missed that little detail. Yeah, that was better. And like he could like get there in time, but I can like deflect the rook with this pawn. Okay, that would have been too nice to find really in one game. Okay, that would have been... They might start to suspect me for anal beads if I find that. Okay, guys, that was not really an easy one. But by the way, like if I want to play it super safe, I can do a6 and I never have to like sack the pawns. But it just feels like a5 is winning. And okay, I did a4 and apparently it's just a draw now. I did my best to like... okay, definitely I could improve at some point. Then I didn't realize that the guy was simply gonna take my pawn. And okay, I mean afterwards, well, he simply didn't care about my play like at all. I was winning at the end, but like anyways, I think, yeah, I'm curious about like the opening phase. Taking on c4 was a big moment. I was wondering actually maybe if I should start with it. Yeah, apparently taking is the move. Yeah, I remember something here, but couldn't really recall it. But when he was like just inviting me constantly to take there, I was like, all right, I've gotta do it. And then yeah, apparently it was not so good. But then b5 top line, bishop b4 top line. Exchange. This is just like a -2 now, and I had to take. Yeah, now g5, to be frankly Yeah, frankly speaking, it's not really the move that I need. I played g5 just because I was very greedy and I wanted to like show I completely own this guy, but yeah, I could just do like knight c5 and get it to d3. How is he like even getting rid of that knight? I was like, all right, let me take that pawn. But yeah, anyways, it was a pretty eventful game. Not what you normally expect from a Slav. Slav is usually pretty dull, but this one was interesting.